Good morning once again, everyone. So, today we are going to discuss the another topic of unit number fourth, that will be depending on the infrastructure, how the impact of infrastructure will be there on the cyber crime or cyber security. So, till we had discussed the various points regarding the critical infrastructure. We had seen 16 types of critical infrastructure may be followed by the most of the countries. Then we had discussed about the evolution of infrastructure, designing of infrastructure, and all the things. So now we are moving toward the real impact of the, you can say that key, how it will be affect the or cyber threat may attack or impacting on the critical infrastructure. As we had that know that key, it is a very important to know that key security of a critical infrastructure and enterprise consist of the two factors. Those maybe are the cyber security and the physical security. So it is very important to emphasize that those factors cannot be considered separately, and that comprehensive cyber physical approach is needed. So these two factors which will be associated with the security part of the critical infrastructure. So we need to consider physical security also or the cyber security also. So cyber physical system, and it refers to the system that have the distributed nature or maybe comprised or a physical element that work in a real time, and they are capable of communicating with each other by means of communication networks. So both the wired and wireless technology they are going to use for the communication network, and cyber physical system may be integrated computational communication and physical aspect in order to improve usability, efficiency, reliability, etc. So such a combination of usability, efficiency, and reliability introduce a wide spectrum of risk related to the cyber domain, that is the privacy issues and cyber attacks that will be considered. So this kind of spectrum risk will be related with the some cyber domain. So attackers may attack, so different threat may get attack on the such a kind of networks, and impact of that particular threat may be get evolved. So CPS may be comprised of element that allow for reading relevant information about control physical process, and element that allows for influencing the behavior of the process. So CPS is adapted by many critical sectors, and including energy, water, and transportations, as well as in the area of a smart house and vehicle etc. Also, they are going to use the CPS for the protection or against the cyber threat. CPS are on the direction to become an integral part of our lives. So the nature, the future, like aspect like healthcare, disaster recovery, engineering, traffic control, robotic surgery, sea and space explorations, defense, and the military operations. All are may be required the CPS. So, firstly, we analyze the goal and challenges in the area of cyber security of a critical infrastructure. Then we'll try to discuss the another thing. So, quantitative evaluation of a cyber security is always a challenge in the area of computer science. As we know that there are a number of ways for using the different kind of applications, then the methods, process, all the thing, everything will be on the help of the internet. That is very difficult or very challenges whenever the these term go prolong for the every users of internet, then we can say that it is very difficult to maintain the security in a particular cyber space. The integration of ICT technology with physical elements has introduced new threats. So currently we may find many examples of the attackers have been able to compromise some complex systems by finding vulnerable elements. So they try to get the weaknesses of the every elements. They are going to find it and they are going to compromise or make an attack on such a activity. In many cases, those attacks have had direct impact on the physical elements also. Therefore, there is one of ongoing effort to embrace by the cyber aspect of a CPS with comprehensive tools and methodologies that commonly may be leverage a wide spectrum of technical and non-technical means. The current challenges related with the particular CPS can fall into following group of problems: security, scalability, complexity, and a server system or interoperability. These are some problem of area that we'll be finding out with the particular CPS. So four important information sectors or functions we had gone to discuss. That is the protecting the functionality of an organization's. Number two, that is enable safe operation of application implemented, protects data the organizations collect and uses, safeguard the technology assets in a use. So protecting the ability to the particular functions means management is responsible for implementing information sectors that has more to do with management than with the particular technology. So protecting our data is the most valuable assets in a particular data. So without data, an organization loses its records of a transaction and its ability to deliver value of its particular customer. So protecting data in a motion and data at rest are both critical aspects of information security. As you know that most of the attackers may attack on the organization data. That data may be we can say that captured by the particular criminal person, and they are going to demand it for their particular monies and all the things. So that is very difficult to protect our data. Once you are going to protect our data, it is very we can say that important aspect as per the organization point of view. So an effective information security system program is essential to the protection of the integrity and value of the organization's data. So organizations must have secure their infrastructure services based on the size and the scope of the enterprise. So on the basis of that, you are going to properly provide a safeguard to the technology assets which will be available with the particular organizations. So additional security services may have to be provided if you want to require the safeguards in the technology assets. So more robust solutions may be needed to replace the security programs the organization has outgrown. So, which type of security program will be required? Which type of safeguard will be required to protect the safeguard to the particular technology? So, these are some points which will be required for the protecting our data or assets in the organizations. So, as considering the threat means management must be informed to the various kind of a threat facing the organization before we are going to work, or before management have the responsibility that they need to be provided the various kind of attacks, or they are going to plan a strategy for the such kind of attack, and they need to identify the various such kind of a threat will be facing problems by the organizations. So a threat is an object, person, or other entity that represent a constant danger to an asset. Threat may be anything that is physical threat, or the assets, or the object, or the person, or other kind of entity that may harm to the particular assets of the organizations. So they just going to find out what are the vulnerable will be available there, from where they are ready to get entered into the particular organizations, or the information, confidential information will be get stolen. So by examining each threat category in turn, management effectively protects its information through the policy, education, and training and technology controls. So they are going to provide protection to such kind of a threat. So there are the various categories of a threat will be available. So it may happen that human error or human failure may cause the different kind of a threat, and it includes the acts done with the no malicious intent. So such kind of a harm to the particular assets will be done by the human because of their failure, or because of their particular human error. So they also be responsible for the damage of the assets. So inexperience of the particular employee, improper training will be given to the particular employee, or incorrect assumption assumed by the particular employee regarding the handling the machines or machineries or the particular systems, or maybe other circumstances will be there. So because of that improper training, improper experience, and all the things, so that employee may damage or may responsible for the threat will be occurred there, and your system may get damaged or may get lost to the particular organizations. So employees are greatest threat to the information security. As you know that we had also discussed in the unit number 2 regarding that your password will be stolen by the another employee, and if you are going to provide not providing the particular protection to your system, so anyone can capture your data or stolen your data from your system. All the things we had discussed in the unit number 2 also. So the employees, we can say that it is a greatest threat to the information security. So they are closest to the organizational data. So because of that, it is very difficult to get from them. So employee mistake can easily lead to the maybe revealing classified data, entry of erroneous data, accidental deletion or modification of data, storage of data in unprotected areas, failure to protect information, and all the things. So if they are going to do some mistakes in their particular working areas at that time, so your data maybe get deleted abruptly, maybe they are not providing the proper protection to their data, or maybe such data maybe get unprotected from the storage areas also, and they are maybe error less, or error with error data will be get entered into the particular storage. So such kind of thing will be happen if the, you can say that a mistake will be done by the particular employee. So human error or a failure may we get many of these threat can be prevented with the proper training given to the particular employees, and if we are going to provide awareness programs to how to use the particular system, how to protect your data, how to use your data and all the things, so it is very difficult, it is very prevented by the particular employee also. So as considering why cyber, so there is no such thing as a cyber emergency. There are only emergency caused by many things. In order to declare the state of emergency, you need to have kinetic effects, threat to health and public safety. So many things can cause an emergency: nature, man-made, cyber accident and malfunctions. So these are the major. General Michael McGurry tag state of Arizona, ये कि so what will happen that ki if the attacker want to attack, so physical attack will be there. That is the Ukraine says that ki Russian cyber attacks targeted its main airport. Jihadists in the West are thought to derail trains and target stations in a chilling new Al Qaeda terror guide that includes a list of vulnerable US rail routes. These are some headlines that were associated with the particular cyber critical kind of infrastructure. So FBI and Homeland Security launches probe as a foreign cyber attacker target water supply. So all the sectors that will be under the critical infrastructure will be get targeted by the most of the attackers. So these may causes the problem also, and they may try to attack to each and every sectors of the country. So what could go wrong and what if? So road, energy, sirens, water, telecom, transportation and dams. These are some part of the critical infrastructure. So how to get damage these parts so that key country or organizations may be get suffering from the bigger losses. Energy, that may be the blast and all the things will be there. As considering the road, there will be the traffic jam is a very hard, it is very difficult to get back from that particular road. Siren, water, telecom, transportation, dams. So these are the something will be there. So what did go wrong? So these are some examples. You can see that here is generator, DHA generator, September 2007. November 2000, Natanz nuclear power, North Carolina, that is January 2014. Ukraine power grid, that is December 2015. IoT attack on DYN, is October 2016. The last sirens, that is emergency siren that will be used, that is April 2017. WannaCry ransomware, that is you know that in May 2017 that ransomware will be get attack on the most of the organizations. So NotPetya ransomware mask, that is the June 2017. So who and how that particular thing will be does. So hacktivist, that is the anonymous WikiLeaks insiders, that is the northern criminals, terrorists and nations, and by using the SQL injection, botnet, phishing, social media and infected website, they are going to target it their particular area or the particular country also. So the word impact on a small business as we consider about in the attacks. That is, the World Economic Forum classifies cybercrime as a top global risk. So 85% of the business assets are in a digital form. So all the transaction, all the information will be get in the form of e-form. So 85% of the information will be get in the digital form. So small businesses are a target, like a easy target for the cyber criminals, that the system as a secret doorway into their corporate partners networks. So experience a higher proportion of a cyber crime cost, experience the disruptive effects of data breaches both immediately and in the long term also. So these are the some cost of cyber crime. As considering the threat and the breaches have permanently disrupted the particular industry. So as we have seen in the diagram, so how from 2001 to 2014, they are going to properly describe it. The layered approach regarding the data or security framework we had just seen in the diagram, that key defense in a depth. So is an information assurance strategy utilized by the managed security services in which multiple layers of a defense are placed throughout an information technology system. It addresses security vulnerabilities in the personal, technology, and operations for the duration of the system's life cycle. So, how data will be get encrypted properly, how that providing the proper security framework to them. So, what kind of a validation will be required there for the applications, and which host ID they are going to use, and for the host ID what kind of a virus protection will be required there, then the networks that we are going to use, so intrusion detection and intrusion prevention will be used there, and first of all the perimeter will be there, that is a firewall and VPN that will be properly used. So these are the some layered security framework, and their security parameters will be used there to access the particular data. So defense in a depth, for that ki Google OATH phishing campaign, that is in May 2017, that will be used. So phishing attack appeared to the Google Docs sharing from known Google contacts. So these are some example. Google took immediate action to protect user, including removing the fake Google Docs pages and disabling the offended accounts. So, as considering the security standard for the critical infrastructure, so we need to provide proper standards. It is the ISA 99 committee addresses the cyber security of a industrial automation and a control system. The scope of ISA 99 standard is very broad. That is, the committee does not limit application of its standards to the specific type of a plants, so facilities or the systems. So manufacturing and control system to which the use applicable include hardware and software system. All the things will be used there. So these are some point will be associated with the cyber security and their particular framework, and will be with you there. I hope ki your point will be get cleared. So we are going to discuss the one of the last topic of the cyber physical security life cycle model, that is the CIP. So they may use the identification is the first page, then logging, then categorization, prioritization, diagnosis, resolution, closure, and the communication. So this type of a model we can see that may not be properly show the iterative nature of the continuous improvement that usually are implemented after the crisis as an element or lessons learned. So therefore, the model of cybersecurity life cycle would be that one of which is intended to define how to prevent, detect, or respond to and recover from the cyber crisis, and finally to avoid the reoccurrences. So thus we can say that the cyber attacks timeline illustrate which is constituted of the following phases, that is the identification phase, then logging, then categorization, prioritization, diagnosis, resolution, closure, and the communication. So these are some pages will be used there. So we'll be discuss about it later. So thank you very much for attending the sessions and watching the video. In next lecture, we'll try to discuss a different topic or different part of the unit number 4th and try to finish that unit in the next lecture also. So after unit number 4th, we'll just go to the unit number 6 because it is very difficult to get cover all the units. So unit number 5th will be we are going to skip, and because unit number 6 is a part for the concept of a forensic digital forensics, so introduction and all the things and basic concept related with the digital forensic we are going to discuss in unit number 6. So maybe in next week we'll try to started our unit number 6, so basic part of the digital forensics. So till now we had discussed the cyber security part and many more things about the cyber security. Now we are moving toward the digital forensic in the next week of the your academic sessions. Maybe after that there will be the classes will be closed and your examination will be there. So thank you very much for once again for watching the videos and all the things, and we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you very much.